YouTube, Tele Tuesday again. Not quite run out of tellies yet. I changed my mind from what one I was going to do today. So this is the original malkocaster. I actually dated this. This is made September 2010. So coming up for a decade of having a dodgy telly. Well, I say dodgy. I don't know when the last time I played it. It doesn't seem like it seems that long because the strings on it are actually alright. Unless of course I put elixirs on it, in which case that might be the case. But it's got quite a lot of cobwebs and it's covered in dust and stuff. So this is what a guitar. I've made another couple of ones out of joists. This will be the first joist guitar. I basically made it as a joke because I seem to remember just sitting out. It was a sunny day, sitting out in the garden at a jigsaw, and I was like, I'm just going to make a telly body just for a laugh. My pal gave me this neck because he didn't like it. You don't really see it here, but it's got like an orangey tint to it. It came off. I think it might have been a stag. I can't remember. My pal gave it to me. It's got a chip out behind one of the tuners, which you can't really see anymore because I super glued it back on again. I wrote my name on it with a black marker pen. I didn't do very. I can't remember how I attached this to this. I don't think there's dowels or anything like that. I think it's just glued on. So it's possible that if I just took it and went ding, it would just snap the top off. The plan was, thinking back to it, I figured that if that did happen, the guitar would still work because it's one piece of wood with all the guitar on it. This bit's just perhaps held on with a scratch plate. I even used the sort of channel here that runs between the two pieces of wood to run the cable up to the neck pickup because I didn't realise how to route. Basically, I definitely cut it out with a jigsaw. I think I cut out the neck pocket with a hammer and chisel because this is before I had a router. Before I started doing kitchen worktops, that was where I got the router. I decided that would probably be easier. So I stuck it together just for a laugh using stuff I had out my parts box. And it worked. I was like, hold on here, what's going on? It's like, how come this actually works? And it's kind of alright. It plays pretty good. I think I might have changed these saddles. I seem to remember having problems with the saddles at one point. They were at 6 saddles and a design that I'd not really seen before, but the screws had where they went into the saddles had threaded. I think I might have put these telly saddles on myself relatively recently, like not 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, or the last time I played this guitar. Nice, a really nice neck. Drawing round it, the shape's not quite right. It's kind of a bit, I think it should be a bit more out here. This bit here should be out here somewhere. It's quite a loose telly. It looks a bit sort of thin, sort of odd and crap looking. But still fun. I actually did use this. I tried out for a band. I was maybe in it for 2-3 weeks. I didn't like the name of the band. That was nice guys. I don't know if they're still going. They were called He Hates Us. I don't like that. Not a good name for a band, but so I actually used this in the studio. It was in, I can't even remember what the studio was called, just off George Square. Hi-fi? Lo-fi? No. Hi-fi? Something like that. Can't remember. So, it's got a BC Rich bridge humbucker in the neck. I didn't have humbucker screwed in, so this is just screwed straight onto the body, which maybe is a good thing, don't know. This is an ESP Hot Rails, which doesn't work. It doesn't work as a humbucker. So the coil split if it didn't have a coil split on it, it wouldn't work at all. but now it's got the coil. No, I thought it worked there. Yeah, but I just checked it with the multimeter and I've got no reading on one of the coils, so it's now a single coil. This is not aged well. It was kind of rusty when I got it, like 10 years ago, but now if you look at it, it's kind of, the rust has come right through and it's sort of making the top peel off a little bit. Whole thing's rough as hell. There you can see how little a guitar has to be to still be an alright. I know, I'd still play it. I'd do get into the studio, try to do it for a band with it. Got in the band, so it can't be that bad. So bridge, single coil, not humbucker, because the humbucker doesn't work. moved the mic so it's pointing more towards me talking now. I hope the guitar's still coming through. Neck pickup. Which is a really nice fat sound. I think it's when you put a bridge pickup in the neck position, it's like bridge pickups are generally much more powerful, because if you think about here, you're closer to the middle of the string, so the string's vibrating more. When you get towards the bridge, the string's not vibrating as much, so it's not as loud. So that's why if you buy a set of humbuckers, generally the bridge pickup's more powerful than the neck pickup. So this is a really powerful neck pickup. Not an unpleasant sound though. I don't think. Hold on, I'm going to turn off this click track I was using earlier on. Both pickups. Could really do with a fret polish when you bend on it. You maybe can't hear, but it's going but that's because it's been sitting not in a case for years. Bridge. Bit of distortion. Apollo 21, Fred. I think a bit just fell off the tuning peg there. Yeah, so I should really have spent. See if I spent an hour on it, or even half an hour, not just messing about with it. I would replace the pickups to get one that works. Yeah, it's just really manky. These tuners are terrible. Oh, a bit did fall off the tuning peg. I can see what happened now. What's happened is, see, if you look at the tuning peg, and get it close enough. See, there's a little. How's it you do this? You put your hand in between the tuner and the button. There's a wee plastic washer. It's just snapped and fell out the top peg there. So if you look at it, you can see that. See how it's dropped down this bit here. There's meant to be a wee washer between there, which actually just snapped and fell off. So I kind of just kept this because it was a bit of an experiment and it's fun. Obviously I can't sell it because who's going to buy it? I seem to, for some reason, £12 rings a bell. I think I spent £12 in parts on it, and the rest I was just well, as I said, my pal gave me the neck because it had a chip out behind one of the tuners. I think everything else is pretty much from my parts box. I might have, I can't remember what the £12 was for. Obviously buying all these parts from China is going to cost you more than £12. A bridge is going to cost you, what, a £5 or something like that. Tele control plate's going to be something like that as well. So you're already at a tenner, and then a £5 for £2.50. Well, you know, maybe £12 was right. But fun. So if you ever have a fancy having a go, really, my view of it at this point was, why not? All I've really got to waste is the time. You know, cause a piece of just a couple of offcuts of bits of wood, and I made it up. And the way I was thinking, I'll put all these parts on it and stuff. If it hadn't worked, then I still had all the parts. I still had the neck, the tuners, and the tuners I'm just going to put in the bin, I think. I still had the neck and the bridge and the pickups and all that all undamaged. So might as well give it a go. And then I couldn't believe that actually sticking it together and actually ended up with a guitar. It was actually kind of all right. I'm like, whoa! Or it's actually, I would even go as far to say it plays well. The downside being the tuners, but that's because I put crap tuners on it, or broken tuners. I think actually my pal Jim might have given me these tuners because they were crap. So I'm just putting them in the bin, Malcolm. So it's like, so I took them, put them on. I should if I invested a £5 on eBay and get like a set of better of modern Chinese ones, they wouldn't be broken. So if you've got a neck, give it a go, making a guitar that you like. Done that a few times. I bought a guitar and I just didn't really like the shape of it or whatever, so you just make your own body and make it whatever shape you want. I got better. After this, I don't think I did any. I didn't do any joist guitars. I did all. Then came all the double necks. In fact, the tele I used, was it last week? The Behemoth one. The double neck one was kitchen worktop, because it was in one piece. I didn't have this problem here. It wasn't until years later that I worked out that if I, because this is just CLS, it's got rounded edges. That's why there's a big join you can see. So what I did was I ran the two edges down a table saw, which cut it square, and then if you stick the two parts together, you don't end up with a line you can see from space. Although that kind of this guitar's charm a little bit. You can tell that it's just two bits of wood nailed together. I'm not sure that nailing two bits of wood together and making a junk caster like this works with anything other than a Telecaster. For some reason, a Telecaster just, it kind of suits it. And it's got no finish on it at all. So basically, any darkening of the wood's just down to dirty fingerprints and age, really. So this is what it looks like if you don't finish a guitar 10 years later. It looks like this. It still sort of does smell a little bit of wood. Right, so I'm in the studio tonight with Cranking House, so I've got some songs to learn. Otherwise, I would maybe have spent a little bit more time sitting, making this guitar work. But I mean, apart from the fact that I've just broken the tuner, and the fact that the pickup, the rust, I think the rust has just been growing and growing and growing. What's happened is the rust has eventually come through and burst burst the winding on the pickup. Interestingly, if you look at it, you can see that one of the rails is very, very rusty and the other one isn't. It's the very, very rusty rail that's actually on. It's the other one that's burst. So maybe the rust came off the rusty rail and has damaged the other coil. I seem to be a little bit out of focus now. There we go. Oh, that was surprisingly effective doing that, wasn't it? Yeah, so hopefully the sound's a little bit different. I've got the guitar turned down an awful lot more. It's no longer pointing at the amp. I mean the mic pointing at me rather than pointing at the amp, so I don't know. I mean this guitar doesn't really sound normal. I mean this pickup is really woolly. And this one's really thin. But both really usable sounds. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Actually, it's just caught my eye there. There's dust flying off it everywhere, just with the way the light's hitting it, because this has just been sitting exposed in a pile of guitar for however many years. So this one's actually got a serial number. It's serial number, how many zeros did I put? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and 1. Malkocaster, built September 2010 in Glasgow. And it's kind of, the scratch plates actually started going rusty at the bit where I've engraved the neck bolt. Yeah, so build yourself a tele just out of bits and it's fun. Great fun. And as I said, you've still got all the parts, so okay, you might waste an afternoon. I mean, I honestly think that this maybe took me an afternoon anyway, and that included chiselling out the neck pocket. I should probably look at it and see exactly how I did it. It looks alright. I wonder how else could I have done it. Did I maybe saw it out? I mean, it might be sawed out, like, right into the pickup route. Same with the pickup route. I must have chiselled that out as well, or maybe drilled it out with Forstner bits. No, but not a super accurate job. But what's important to make a guitar play, this does it.